Many years ago, in the heart of Egypt, where the ancient whispers of pharaohs lingered in the desert wind and the life-giving Nile flowed, there lived a young boy named Farid. Unlike the other children in his village, who were content with the familiar rhythms of their days, Farid harbored a dream so grand, it shimmered like a mirage in the golden sunlight. He dreamt of becoming a renowned astronomer, a seeker of celestial truths, his name etched in the annals of history, alongside the great stargazers of old. From his earliest years, Farid was captivated by the night sky. While his friends played games in the dusty village streets, he would lie on the rooftop of his humble home, his eyes tracing the patterns of the stars. The vastness of the cosmos filled him with a sense of wonder and a burning desire to unravel its mysteries. His village, nestled near the ancient city of Luxor, was steeped in history, but offered little in the way of resources for a budding astronomer. There were no grand libraries filled with astronomical texts, no towering observatories equipped with powerful telescopes. Yet Farid's spirit remained undeterred. He fashioned his own simple telescope from a hollowed-out reed and shards of polished glass, spending countless hours mapping the movements of the stars and planets. News of Farid's unusual passion reached the ears of his grandfather, a wise old man who had spent his life sailing the Nile. Initially, he had been skeptical of Farid's dreams, believing that a boy from their village should aspire to more practical pursuits. But as he witnessed Farid's unwavering dedication and the spark of brilliance in his eyes, his heart softened. "My son," he said one evening, as they sat together on the banks of the Nile, "your dreams are like the river, vast and deep, but like the river, you must find your course." His grandfather's words ignited a new sense of determination within Farid. He realized that to achieve his dream, he would have to leave his village and seek knowledge elsewhere. The nearest place of learning was the ancient city of Alexandria, with its famed library and rich history of scientific inquiry. The journey to Alexandria was long and arduous. Farid traveled by foot and by boat, facing the scorching heat of the desert and the perils of the river. Along the way, he met a colourful cast of characters: Bedouin nomads with their tales of desert lore, merchants travelling with caravans laden with exotic goods, and wise old storytellers who shared legends of the stars. One evening, as Farid sat by a campfire with a group of travellers, he met a kind scholar named Omar. Omar was impressed by Farid's thirst for knowledge and his homemade telescope. Omar shared stories of the great astronomers of the past: Ptolemy, who had mapped the movements of the planets, and Hypatia, the brilliant woman who had dared to challenge the boundaries of knowledge. "The path of a seeker is never easy," Omar told him, "but the rewards are beyond measure. Knowledge is the greatest treasure of all, and the stars are its most eloquent teachers." Inspired by Omar's words, Farid continued his journey with renewed vigour. Finally, after many weeks, he arrived at the legendary city of Alexandria. The city was a melting pot of cultures, a vibrant tapestry of sights, sounds, and smells. The grand library, with its towering columns and countless scrolls, filled Farid with awe, but his hopes were soon dashed. The library, once a beacon of knowledge, had fallen into disrepair. Its vast collection of scrolls had been scattered, and its halls were no longer filled with the voices of scholars. Farid learned that the city, once a centre of learning, had suffered many setbacks, and the pursuit of knowledge was no longer a priority. Disheartened, Farid wandered the streets of Alexandria, his dreams seeming to slip through his fingers like grains of sand. He found work at a small observatory on the outskirts of the city, but it was a far cry from the grand institution he had imagined. The observatory was poorly equipped, and its only occupant was an old, eccentric astronomer named Thales. At first, Thales was dismissive of Farid, seeing him as just another naive boy with unrealistic dreams. But as he watched Farid's tireless dedication, his insatiable curiosity, and his uncanny ability to make remarkable discoveries with his simple telescope, he began to see a spark of his former self in the young boy. One day, Farid discovered a new comet, a faint streak of light in the night sky that had gone unnoticed by Thales. The discovery ignited a flicker of excitement in the old astronomer's eyes. He realized that Farid possessed a rare gift, a natural talent for observation that could breathe new life into their neglected observatory. Together, Farid and Thales began to rebuild the observatory, scavenging for materials and working tirelessly to restore its instruments. They spent long nights gazing at the stars, their passion for astronomy rekindled. Thales shared his vast knowledge with Farid, teaching him the intricacies of celestial mechanics and the history of astronomical discovery. As their work progressed, news of their efforts spread throughout the city. People were drawn to the observatory, curious to see the two astronomers who had dared to dream amidst the ruins of the past. Soon, a small community of stargazers began to gather, eager to learn from Thales and Farid. Word of Farid's discovery reached the ears of the city's governor, a man who had once been a scholar himself. Inspired by Farid's passion and the growing interest in astronomy, he decided to restore the Grand Library and invest in the observatory. With the governor's support, the observatory was transformed into a state-of-the-art research center. Scholars and students from all over Egypt flocked to Alexandria to study the stars. Farid, once a lonely boy with a homemade telescope, became a renowned astronomer, his name celebrated throughout the land. But Farid never forgot his humble beginnings. He continued to share his knowledge with anyone who sought it, inspiring a new generation of stargazers. He established schools and libraries throughout Egypt, ensuring that the pursuit of knowledge would never again be neglected. And so, Farid's dream, born under the starry skies of a small village, became a reality that illuminated the entire nation. He taught his people that even the loftiest of dreams can be achieved with perseverance, dedication, and a belief in the power of knowledge. His legacy lived on, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to reach for the stars.